to hand over instruments of power.
4 presidents, 4 different eras of Kenya.
President of the Republic of Kenya.
And through them all, one man was always in the room, not as a guest, not as a visitor, but as a key player, someone the most powerful people in Kenya could not ignore. Daniel Arap Moi, Mwai Kibaki, Uhuru Kenyatta, and now William Ruto. 4 very different leaders, 4 very different Kenyas, and Kenneth Makelo Lusaka served under every single one of them. But that is not even the most incredible part of this story. The most incredible part is what happened after he lost everything: his seat, his power, his dignity, in front of the very people he had given his life for to serve. And then, in one of the most dramatic comebacks in Bungoma County, he returned and crushed the man who had taken all from him by more than 100,000 votes. This is Ken Lusaka.
One of the memories that I remember very well is when I was in Nyanza Muhoroni. You know, that time the opposition was very strong.
Stay with me until the very end of this video, because the moment that will give you the goosebumps is not at the beginning, neither is it at the middle, but it sits right at the end of the story. And once you hear it, you will understand why this man's story is different from every political story you've ever heard.
A number of things that are happening in the counties now: affordable housing, the roads are also being constructed with maybe tarmac.
Behind every title Kenneth Makelo Lusaka ever held was one simple belief: if you were given an opportunity to serve, leave the place better than you found it. Away from politics, Kenneth Makelo Lusaka is also a family man.
Yeah, my family, I have my wife, she's Dr. Margaret Makelo. We have children, so they are all grown-ups. I have grandchildren who are also now coming up. So I'm a grandparent, and I think I've tried whatever I could do for my family.
Together with his wife, Dr. Margaret Makelo, they are blessed with 4 children, with David being the youngest. Through every victory and every setback, his family has remained one of his greatest source of strength. This is Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, and this is the story.
In the silage has a size equated to 50 pounds.
Very okay.
Yeah.
Good. I was born here in a place, this Mapera home. If you move around, you have seen Mapera. There were a lot of guavas. My parents were the late Nelson Lusaka and Mama Rhoda Namaemba as their firstborn son.
It is in 1963, a baby boy is born in Kamukuywa, a quiet town deep in Bungoma County, in what was then Western Province in Kenya. His name is Kenneth Makelo Lusaka. His family is not wealthy. His name is not connected to any political dynasty, but his mother, now the late, is a woman with something more powerful than money.
We have seen Mama Rhoda. She's very known here in Bungoma. Many people associated with Mama Rhoda,
yes,
especially the local musician.
Mama was very, very influential to us. She took good care of us. You know, her dad died when she lived on for 29 years. So basically, she's the one who brought us up. Most of the attributes that you see in me what you see in us is because courtesy of Mama Rhoda.
She has discipline, she has faith, and she pours every drop of both in her son, Ken Lusaka. Kenneth grows up carrying that, and every morning she wakes up early. Every evening she pushes him. She never lets him believe that a small town means a small destiny. And slowly, quietly, that message begins to take root. He attends Kamukuywa Primary School. He later says he was a normal child with scandals here and there, but he always found his way back to the right path.
I just went to Kamukuywa Primary School here from standard 1 to 7. Then after my CP, I went to Kibabi High School. After that, I joined Friends School Kamsinga for my A levels. But at my first attempt, I did not make the required points, so I went to repeat at Chesam's High School in 1983. I led in that year and then joined the University of Nairobi. First year I did literature, geography, literature, government and history. Then because my interest was more in political science, I pursued actually political science and history. I dropped literature.
A boy from Kamukuywa, walking through the doors that many could not even find. He enters the University of Nairobi and starts studying literature, but something does not sit right with Ken Lusaka. He is not built for the classrooms and books alone. He is built for something bigger. He switches to a degree in government and history, and this one decision sets the course of his entire life.
1985, we went to NYS, National Youth Service, paramilitary training. Then from there, I went to join university.
At the university, something nobody expected to happen. It happens. Kenneth Lusaka becomes an actor, a performer. He joins a traveling theater group and plays role in both English and Swahili productions. He makes people laugh. He makes people feel. He later says, if I had not joined politics, I would have been a very serious actor and comedian.
Maybe as a child, did you knew that maybe you will be a leader? Did you have any?
No, I was just very active. I was very good in drama, even in school. I'm very good at imitating, copying people. And of course, it was my desire that I'll hold some point of authority. Not expecting to get to where I was, but I think God had His own plans for me. But I could see that whenever we were, even in school, I would have that voice that when I talked, people would listen to me. And anytime there was even an opportunity, like they want somebody to represent them, it was very easy for people to pick on me. So I thought that maybe there was something about me that God had put in my system.
But after graduating in the year 1988, the stage goes dark. Unemployment hits. For months, he knocks on doors. He waits. He is a university graduate with nowhere to go. It is one of the loneliest feelings a person can experience. Then, someone close to him calls him for a government interview. More than 100 people show up. Only 10 are selected. Kenneth Makelo Lusaka is one of them. And just like that, the door to the 4 presidencies open. Under President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Kenneth Lusaka begins his government career as a district officer in Keumbu, Kisii County.
And on completion, I tarmacked for about 3 months. And then I was lucky enough to be recruited as a district officer. I was posted to Kisii headquarters. I worked in the DC's office for a few months. Then I was posted to a division called Keumbu. That was Nyachae's division. When I was posted to Muhoroni, I served well. Then after that, I was posted as a DO1 to Homa Bay.
He is young. He He is hungry. He learns how real government works, not from textbooks, but from the ground, from real people, and from the real problems.
When you sit down now, if you are given a chance to say something or to advise youth or Gen Z,
I would advise them that, like now we are in the registration of voters exercise. Let them register. Let them arm themselves to be able to choose the leaders that they want. This is an opportunity. We have also been youth. All I'll advise them is that there is time for everything. Let them not be in a hurry. We know that leadership, it takes a bit of time. Let them not be in a hurry. Their time will come. We are also youth. I also became a PS at a very young age and have grown in the system to become now what I am today.
During these years, he is building something, though he does not yet know how big it will become. Then the government sends him to Netherlands, to the International Institute of Social Studies in The Hague, where he earns a master's degree in public policy and administration.
In Homa Bay, I got a scholarship to go for my master's degree, where in the Netherlands, the Institute of Social Studies, ISS, that was 1996.
While studying there, his fellow scholars elect him as president of scholars.
Education, of course, is definitely, education opens everything. For you to compete, you must have gone to school, you must have studied well. It became very important that I went to school, and I thank my parents to have equipped me with that knowledge to be able now to apply it in all the positions that I have been. For example, I did political science, but I became a PS in livestock development. So it's that knowledge that really expands your knowledge.
A young Kenyan man from Bungoma, elected by international students to lead them in Europe. His mother's prayers have crossed the oceans. He returns to Kenya and continues climbing through the civil service during the transition from the Moi era to the new Kenya.
So 96, 97, I was there, and I came back. I was posted to Suneka briefly. Then I also served in Siaya as a DO1. From Siaya, I went to Gucha as a DO1. From there, I went to Eldama Ravine as a DO1. And from there, I was promoted in 2002. I became a personal assistant to the PC Rift Valley. And then Peter Raburu. Then there I became a district commissioner in Kajiado. From Kajiado, I worked with Saitoti, and then from Kajiado, I was posted to Marakwet. I served with Lena Chebi Kilimo as the DC there. From there, I came and served now in Moranga as a district commissioner again with Michuki, and that was my last station in the field as a district commissioner.
As a district commissioner, Lusaka was assigned some of the toughest responsibilities in government during a period when the outlawed Mungiki sect posed one of the greatest security threats in Kenya. He played a key role in restoring law and order. It was a dangerous work, but it strengthened his reputation as an administrator who could deliver under pressure.
Having served as a district commissioner, I served in Kajiado. There, what I concentrated on was, there was a lot of early marriages. So I was very tough on those who were marrying off their girls, their daughters, and if you go to Kajiado, they'll remember me for spearheading that. Then when I went to Marakwet as a district commissioner, my biggest challenge there was dealing with cattle rustling between the Pokots and the Marakwets. That one I also dealt with it. Then of course the greatest challenge was when I was in Moranga, dealing with the Mungiki, which was a menace. They had taken over the whole district, harassing people, charging people illegal taxes. I also dealt with it. By the time I left Moranga, I had actually dealt with Mungiki with finality. They had actually moved to Kirinyaga, and I handed over the district to George Natembea, who took over from me.
And then, under President Mwai Kibaki, his career reaches a peak that most civil servants only dream about. In the year 2008, President Mwai Kibaki appoints Kenneth Makelo Lusaka as a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Livestock Development. This is one of the most powerful administrative positions in the Kenyan government. He is now shaping national policy. He is in the room where decisions are made. He has arrived. But here is the thing about men who are truly called to serve.
I was promoted to become the first secretary in provincial administration in the office of the president. I was now in charge of the entire provincial administration. From there, I was promoted to become a full PS in the Ministry of Livestock Development. A docket I held till 2012.
When he later became the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Livestock Development, he inherited a ministry that ranked among the poorest performing government departments. Rather than accept the status quo, he transformed it into one of the country's top performing ministries. By the time he left office, it had risen dramatically into a national performance ranking. Under his leadership, the ministry also introduced an animal tracking system to help combat livestock theft, protecting Kenya's most valuable economic resources.
In the Ministry of Livestock Development, when the ministry was number 43, it was actually the last one, based on what we call performance contracting. Then I moved the ministry from position 43 to position 12. It was the best improved ministry that particular time. Kenya Meat Commission was also revived during my time as a permanent PS there. Then other reforms, the tracking system of animals, we started that just to make sure that what we call traceability of the animals, and also to bring down matters of cattle rustling, could trace the animals where they have gone.
Years later, as a principal secretary, he once again demonstrated his ability to transform institutions. He took a department that had been ranked near bottom of the government in terms of performance, but later elevated it into the best performing state departments in the country. It became one of the country's most improved ministries, a clear reflection of his belief that leadership is measured by results, not the titles.
Then I went to office of the president as the first secretary of provincial administration. I remember in the old provincial administration, chiefs were used to harassing people, taking people's properties, more or less, like collecting taxes. But we transformed the provincial administration into becoming more development-oriented system acceptable by the people. The chiefs were now to lead in development projects in the areas, and the district commissioners, district officers, and that.
The comfort of the title is never enough. He begins to look back at Bungoma. He sees his people. He sees the gaps. He sees what devolutions could do if the right person went back home. In late 2012, as Kenya prepares for its first devolved elections under the era of President Uhuru Kenyatta, Kenneth Lusaka does the unthinkable. He resigns as a permanent secretary and walks away from security, from salary, and from status. He goes back to Bungoma and says, "I want to be your first governor." People think he's making a mistake. You do not simply walk away from where he was. But Kenneth Lusaka is not walking away. He is walking towards something. In March 2013, on a new Ford Kenya ticket, he wins the Bungoma gubernatorial election.
I decided to join politics. The new constitution had come in 2010, and therefore I became the first governor of Bungoma. I ran in 2013 to 2017.
And diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya.
He becomes the very first governor of Bungoma County, first in history.
I want to appeal to those that we ran with for the same position that this is the time to work. Let's come together. Let's forget about the politics that were there so that we begin working.
As the first governor of Bungoma County, Kenneth Lusaka faced a great challenge. Unlike any before him, there was no blueprint, no established county systems. Everything had to be built from the ground. And that is exactly what he did. He oversaw the establishment of county government structures almost from scratch, laying the foundation upon which Bungoma County continues to operate today. Believing that agriculture was the backbone of Bungoma's economy, Ken Lusaka prioritized farmers by providing free maize seeds and fertilizer, helping thousands of families to improve food production and strengthen food security. His administration also became the first to recruit more than 2,000 early childhood development education teachers on permanent and pensionable basis, a decision that has since transformed the future of early childhood education across the country and provided stable employment for thousands of families.
I'll leave 70,000 shillings for teachers.
His vision extended beyond agriculture and education. For 4 years, he gives everything. And then 2017 arrives, and with it comes the crash. The 2017 election is painful.
I think this is not about Jubilee. This is about Lusaka's record. He's actually one of the
and this is 39%, by the way.
He's one of the better performing governors.
Lusaka runs under the Jubilee Party, the party of President Uhuru Kenyatta. His opponent, Wycliffe Wafula Wangamati, on a Ford Kenya ticket. When the votes are counted, Lusaka has lost. The man who built the county from nothing is now standing outside the gate, watching someone else walk through the door.
And as a leader, maybe, sometimes you can plan things and they don't work the way you plan them. How do you process that?
Yeah, sometimes it becomes a challenge. Like, I had very good plans for Bungoma during my first term, and I thought I'd go the second time. So there was a bit of disruption on that. As a result, when I came back, this is when I'm trying to fulfill what I wanted to do. But it was a disruption. Because again, when you are focused on doing something, then it doesn't work out. Again, that becomes a bit of a challenge. But we've learned ways of going about it.
This is the moment that defines people, not the winning, the losing, how you carry it, and what you do with it. And what does Kenneth Lusaka do?
In 2017, I did not make it as a governor. Luckily enough, after only about 10 days, the president called me and told me they wanted me to become the speaker. So they floated my name as the speaker of the Senate on Jubilee Party. I won by 43 votes against Farah Maalim, and I became therefore the second speaker of the Senate after promulgation of the new constitution. That is how tangible and progressive milestones will be.
The man who loses a county seat is now presiding over the entire Senate of Kenya.
And when you are in a Senate, maybe most of people think that you are on the side of the government. When we saw you there leading the Senate, what were challenges and how did you maybe used to handle everything? Because maybe some may think that there is some senators maybe you don't see eye on eye.
No. Sometimes what happens even in the assembly, both the Senate and even the National Assembly, sometimes it's just a theater. They will really argue. You will think they are going to fight, but at the end of the day, they are friends. So for me as a speaker, mine was to prosecute the agenda of the government. I mean, to try, the leader of majority prosecutes the agenda of the government. But for me, I'm a referee, I preside over. But sometimes, it becomes difficult because sometimes when you are, for example, sent there by a party, like I was Jubilee, so a lot of the agenda that the leader of majority will be bringing will be agenda of Jubilee. But I tried my level best, if you can even look at the answer, to be as neutral as possible. I didn't want to take any sides.
Even after losing the governorship, Lusaka's journey to public service did not stop. As a Speaker of the Senate, he introduced one of the institution's most innovative initiatives, the Senate Mashinani program. Instead of waiting for citizens to come to Nairobi, the Senate went directly to the people, holding sittings across the counties and bringing devolution closer to ordinary Kenyans. He also presided over several landmark rulings, including an important decision on the Senate's dress code, reinforcing the dignity and tradition of Parliament while modernizing the institution.
Looking at Senate, if you are given a chance maybe to advise, will you have something to tell?
Yeah, I will tell them I have some experience. They are coming to Busia. You remember during my term is when we implemented what we call Senate Mashinani. We started in Uasin Gishu, we went to Kitui, and then COVID came. So last year, I think they went to Turkana. They are now coming to Busia. So they have invited me. I'll go on to give my input on what I think can be improved on, or what I think they need also to do. Because what's important is for the House to improve.
From Bungoma to the Senate floor, from defeat to one of the highest seats in Kenya's legislature, just less than a month. He serves as Speaker of the Senate with the wisdom of a man who has seen every side of Kenya's government, under Moi, under Kibaki, and under Uhuru Kenyatta. 3 presidents, 3 eras, one man, always standing, always serving, always rising.
One of the memories that I remember very well is when I was in Nyanza, Muhoroni, and there was a lot of, that time opposition was very strong. They would sometimes get into funerals, and you must sometimes be able to control. Like I remember one time in Muhoroni when they said Jaramogi Oginga Odinga came, and that was, in fact, I remember his final rally, and they had told me to stop him. Then he said it was not possible to stop Oginga Odinga from addressing people in Nyanza. He said it became a problem.
I wish to now most humbly request His Excellency Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta to proceed to the inauguration arena to hand over instruments of power to His Excellency Honorable William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya. He will be escorted by the Chief of the Defense Forces, General Robert Kibaki.
As 2022 approaches, Kenya stands on the edge of its 5th presidential era. William Ruto is rising. A new alliance is forming, and Kenneth Lusaka, the man who has served under Moi, Kibaki, and Kenyatta, makes a calculated move. He leaves Jubilee Party. He returns to Ford Kenya. He joins William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza Alliance, 4 presidents, and Lusaka has always found a way to remain relevant under every single one of them. Then he makes the announcement that shakes Bungoma County to its roots. He is coming back. He is running for governor again. And the man standing in his way is the same man who defeated him, Wycliffe Wangamati. Everyone is watching. Can the man who lost come back and win? Can 5 years of pain become fuel for one historic victory?
Then after that, I came back to run as a governor again. That is 2022 to the present time, when which I'm now serving as my last term.
On August 9th, 2022, Bungoma County speaks. Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, 244,298 votes. Wycliffe Wafula Wangamati, 137,378 votes. Not close, not a recount, a statement, a landslide that shakes the whole county and across the country. And now, here is the moment I told you to wait for.
Over the last 5 years, I may have missed some corners and made mistakes.
After the results come in, after the cameras are rolling, after the crowds are celebrating, Governor-elect Kenneth Lusaka opens his mouth. And this is what he said. I thank my outgoing governor, Mr. Wangamati, for 2 things. 1, for conceding defeat, and 2, for holding my seat safely for the last 5 years. He calls it his seat, not a seat, his seat. And he thanks the man who took it from him and keeping it warm for the time he was away. That is not arrogance. That is the quiet confidence of a man who never stopped believing that what belongs to you will always find its way back to you. Then he adds, this far I attribute the success of my journey to the Almighty God, through whom I have moved mountains and crossed deep oceans of life. Mountains and deep oceans.
Kibaki, Uhuru, and now President Ruto.
Yeah.
What can you say?
I think each one of them had their own style of working. Moi was a very hands-on person. I worked with him as a district officer and as a district commissioner. Kibaki was a hands-off person, but he would also let you work very well. I was a PS, I served him. Uhuru, I served him as a speaker. And now with President Ruto, I'm serving as a governor. So each one of them had their own different styles, and we used to work together very, very well.
Tumeleta mpaka mafuta haya ambayo unabii Mungu umeweka kwetu. Na Mungu kama
nimefaulu kuwa DO, kuwa DC, kuwa PS, kuwa governor, kuwa speaker. Mimi nashukuru sana Mwenyezi Mungu. Yeah, when I came back second time, it was a time to complete what I had started in what is now famously referred to as Lusaka 1.
Lusaka hoye!
Under his leadership, construction and development accelerated on projects that will shape Bungoma's future for generations. Among them were the High Altitude Training Center, the expansion of Masinde Muliro Kandui Stadium, and the close collaboration with the national government to operationalize Matulo Airstrip, opening new opportunities for investments, trade, and regional connectivity.
So during my Lusaka tour, I targeted about 4 areas. One is the completion of the Naitiri Brigadier Road, which I started during my first term. That's the first tarmac road ever in Tongareni constituency. And what informed my decision to put tarmac there is that it's the only constituency in the whole sub-county, in the whole of this county, which did not have tarmac. So I started during my first term, but when my successor took over, I think it's like it was abandoned. So as we speak now, I'm almost there, done. Very good road, you will see it. We have only 1 kilometer to get to River Nzoia. Then from there, Kakamega takes over, and it has also been advertised. Then the national government is doing from Naitiri all the way to Misihu, to Lukusi, Makoselwa. That has already been advertised, and the work should be commencing anytime. So that's a legacy that the people of Tongareni, I think, will remember me for a long time. Then when you go to Kamukuywa market, we have also put up a big market. That's also a legacy project, given that I also come from here. Although I'm a governor of the whole county, but you know, you must also come from somewhere geographically where people can also remember that we had a governor who was from here, and anytime they will be seeing that market, you will also see it's one of the biggest markets that we have here. It's also a legacy project. Then I have another project in Kandui, the modern bus park stock market. It's also 98% completed. That's another legacy. It's going to decongest Bungoma town, and vehicles will now have a parking place instead of just parking on the road. Business people will also have stalls there. Again, that is not like even to the Kenya Kwanza administration promise, and also promise that will ensure that people have a decent place to do their business.
To officially launch phase 1 of the Chemoge highest altitude training center here in Mount Elgon, the first ever public high altitude training center in Kenya.
Then the high altitude training center Chemoge in Mount Elgon, which I also started during Lusaka 1. We have also completed phase 1. We had a very successful marathon in May, and we are going to phase 2. Now is to put the track, and of course the hostels are being completed. The gym is already one of the biggest gyms actually in this region, public gym, which is also ready. So those 4 are my legacy projects during this time. Of course, the other smaller projects are ongoing in the wards, because I also devolved. I understand. I mean, my understanding is that devolution does not remain at the headquarters; it goes down to the wards. So I've also taken a lot of money to the wards. As you go around, you'll see roads being done there. You'll see health facilities being done there. Most of the projects that are implemented in the wards are identified by the members of the public, led by the members of the county assembly. Then I do implementation and they do oversight. So when you go all over the place, you'll see a lot of things that have also happened, courtesy of the money that I have sent to the wards.
One of the most significant infrastructure projects associated with his leadership was the upgrading of the Chwele-Luakaka Road, an important international trade corridor linking Bungoma County to the country between Kenya and Uganda border.
Ndugu yetu Kenneth Lusaka ambaye alikuwa gavana wa kwanza wa kaunti hii.
Lusaka credits his close working relationship with Presidents Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto for helping secure government support for this transformative project.
Through my collaboration with the national government, we've had many projects. Chwele-Luakaka Road was, the tarmac was put when I was the governor here during my first time. That was through the collaboration of myself and President Uhuru Kenyatta.
That same relationship also played a key role in another milestone for Bungoma County. Kibaki University received its long-awaited university charter during President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration, with President Uhuru Kenyatta becoming the institution's first chancellor. Today, Kibaki University continues to grow, serving thousands of students and contributing to higher education in Western Kenya.
Kibaki University Charter, which you talked about, and many other projects that we did. And right now we're also dealing with President William Ruto. A number of things that are happening in the counties now. Affordable housing, the roads are also being constructed, maybe tarmac. We have things like share working. You go to Bungoma Referral Hospital, we have also refurbished it, equipped it. It's a very modern hospital, and many other projects that now the national government is doing in collaboration with the county government.
Looking back across every stage of his career, a clear pattern emerges, whether as a district commissioner, permanent secretary, principal secretary, governor, or speaker of the Senate. Kenneth Makelo Lusaka leaves behind more than just a title.
A lot of this I've also captured it in a book, and my autobiography, which is actually editing and almost printing. So a lot of these things have also been captured because I realized that there are many things that I have done, having been in public service for about 37 years. A lot of the things that I have done could easily be forgotten. And I'm also reminding Kenyans on a lot of things that were there in the past. And one of the outstanding things, for example, people have forgotten that district commissioners were returning officers during elections. So I've captured all that in the book. It will be a very captivating read. I want to ask that when we launch it, I'm looking forward to launching it in September 18th, which is my birthday.
He left behind lasting institutions, improved systems, completed projects, and lives that were changed. For him, every office was not simply a position to occupy. It was an opportunity to build something that will outlive him.
After this, I'm winding up the county government politics, the local politics. My aspiration is that I go up the ladder to be able to maybe now work again back in the national government. That is where I would wish to wind up my journey in public service.
From Kamukuywa to The Hague, from district officer to permanent secretary, from first governor to the Senate speaker, and to governor again. 4 presidents witness this man, and not one of them can hold him back from his purpose.
Looking at Africa now, maybe which country, which president will you admire? Or do you admire, say that?
Of course, in Africa, I admire my president. My president, you saw even the way he talked at the just concluded United Nations Assembly, the UNGA. He came out very strongly and spoke like a real African statesman. So he's one of those young people, young African presidents that one would admire.
This is what it looks like when a person refuses to be finished. When they take the loss, sit with it, rebuild in silence, and return with more power than they left.
The daily challenges that we go through is, there's a lot of expectation by people. Sometimes expectations are in the roof. They really expect us to meet their needs. Yes. Sometimes we meet them, sometimes we don't meet them. But as a leader, when you have decided to provide leadership, then you just have to go the full way. That is the only way you also be remembered. Like now I'm doing what we're calling legacy projects, things that people will remember about me.
Yeah.
Kenneth Makelo Lusaka has not just served Kenya, he continues to serve Kenya. And Kenya has over time become a stage for one of the most remarkable lives the country has ever produced.
What will you say about Luhya unity from the time of Mwai Kibaki, because I know that you have worked with them?
Yeah, I've worked with them. Luhya unity, the Luhyas are united, it's just the leaders who are divided. And sometimes it's just because of raw ambition. We don't want to acknowledge or appreciate that so-and-so has better opportunities to lead. Just like I say in a football match, you give the ball to whoever is best placed to score. If you are in number 9, number 11, number 7, number 10, you are in a better position to score than somebody who is number 2. So sometimes I think it's good for us as Luhya leaders to look at who is best positioned to score for us. Then if all of us play as a team and give him a through pass, he can easily score and we all win as a team.
Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, definitely the man standing across board for eras, for presidents, for Kenyans. What tomorrow holds is greater than what he has been through today.
Do you have any meeting maybe or any chama to meet the legends, the leader legends like Kinamati Nishikuku's family and all that, and maybe Wakoli Bifoli?
No, we don't have that kind of organization yet. Maybe it's a good idea that maybe time has come when we can then find out who are the leaders who are still living, what can we learn from them, what is it we can do together.
This is the story of Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, the man in the room.
Wamata iwe Lusaka warota, ma iwe